Hey everybody, welcome back to the Reality Wind Down, a podcast where we break down all the latest Bravo TV drama and the biggest pop culture moments of the week, one glass of wine at a time. I'm Chase.
I'm Cassidy.
Whew, I'm coming in with some weird energy.
We're like really, really hyped up on caffeine. Like we've had like iced teas, Diet Cokes, coffees. Like there's a lot going on today, guys.
A lot. I stopped for my, little caffeinated energy drink. I don't know if we can say products on here. Oh, I'm holding up literally a product.
We literally drink out of Diet Coke and Starbucks. It's not like we're sponsored. If you guys want to sponsor us, like we'll drink whatever you send us.
Okay, so I get my Red Bull before we record, and I went and got that. And then Cassie was like, hey, do you also want Starbucks? I was like, oh my god, yeah, of course. And now I'm double fisting a Red Bull and a Starbucks. If you're going to reach out to me and say, that is not good for your heart, I know. Is it good for my energy levels? Yes.
Like,
Does it make me psycho? Yes.
He's like, I know it's not good for me. That's the point. That's why I do it. And they also, not only did I come in with, I brought my matcha latte, I brought Chase a coffee, and then they gave me an extra drink at Starbucks. So it was like my lucky day.
For being.
I mean, neither one of us are going to drink it. Now we're feeding our dogs caffeine. That's like the last thing our dogs do.
I mean, it was National Dog Day yesterday.
It was National Dog Day.
Oh, in honor of our dog family.
Did you do anything special for your dogs?
I gave them hugs and kisses like I do every single day.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's about it.
I was like, I would say I bought my dogs new toys, but I do that 4 times a week anyways. So
exactly. I was like, I think every animal dog parent says this, but like every day is National Dog Day in this house.
True that.
So they get their bones, they get their treats, they get
coffee. Jesus gets coffee.
I mean, it is bad. Whenever I was younger, my mom was so obsessed with coffee that whenever she had her afternoon cup, I had a really tiny mini one, and that's like really bad for kids to like drink coffee. Did I? Yeah.
And
I loved
she was putting this in your baby bottle.
And I immediately fell asleep, weirdly.
Would you really?
No. I'm saying she was drugging me.
I was like, oh my god. Like, some people do have, like, adverse reactions to caffeine, I think. I just made that up.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, that's probably true. I mean, caffeine's kind of an addictive
It's totally
thing.
Addictive.
So, oh my god, okay, so...
Hi, note,
how are you?
On that note, now that we're super hyped up, should we just jump right into hot takes this week?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I mean, I better get my notes out first, though. And, okay, guys, if you're not on our YouTube, you have to come see what I'm getting my notes out of. And, like, okay, so it says, Forever Busy. It's from Bando. Y'all know I love a Bando product. Y'all don't know that, but I do. So this is another unnecessary thing that I spend money on because that's what I like to do in life.
I love that.
I literally, I spent, $100 one time on, a laptop, carrying case, and I never have used it. It's so embarrassing.
Okay, don't even have a laptop.
I convinced, Jules to get it for me. I was like, but I need this. I'm going to carry my laptop places. I do have a laptop, but I didn't. Yeah, okay. Anyways, I never used it. So now I've got another laptop sleeve, but I'm using it for my iPad, and I think she's super...
I like it.
She's loud, she's flashy, and I like it.
She's shiny gold with pink writing. You can't go wrong with that.
And it kind of, matches our colors. The pink.
Oh, yeah. I actually really like that little color scheme going on.
I would have got you one, but I got it at TJ Maxx, and it was the last one, so we'll get back to that
and she's
later.
out.
I'll probably never use it again, but I do love her. Okay, let's jump into hot takes. Sorry, guys, we told you we're really chaotic today, but we're coming through. We're going to kick things off with this news that broke this week. Oh, and that vibrated my lips and made me feel all tingly and weird inside. So, sorry, guys. Okay, guys. Erica, we have found out how she allegedly spent $25 million.
Was anyone surprised that she was able to spend $25 million? I mean, her entire time she's been on the show has been bragging about private planes, cars, Lamborghinis, houses everywhere. Doesn't know where all her houses are. Doesn't know what she does with all her money. It's just been a constant brag. And her closet scenes that she's always doing, there's millions right there, girl.
Well, that's part of it. I mean, they said she spent $25 million according to her American Express bill. The charges were towards assistance and her famous glam squad. They're towards, let me see, where else is this? I really can't read fast.
Well, I knew there was an Amex charge of $12 to $20 million just on Amex alone, which is just like
$25
stuff.
million according to her American Express bill straight up. Yeah, so she was spending it. Okay, here we go. It was alleged that the glam Erica used got $102,596. Sorry, y'all, I'm all over the place. Okay, also, this is so weird. Kim Kardashian's former assistant, Stephanie Shepard Suganami, like $9,000 here, $10,000
She paid her over like $100,000 for like assisting kind of random stuff. But when was that?
It's so bizarre. I don't know. This whole thing is very chaotic.
I mean, but honestly, we don't even need the article to say like we're not surprised that Erika Jayne was able to spend $25 million. Like this doesn't surprise me in the slightest. As I just said, like she's bragged about it multiple times on the show. Mm-hmm. She came on the show talking about all the stuff that she had. So to add, that was 6 years ago, plus all of her assistants, plus her glam squads, etc., etc. Girl, she went through that money.
And speaking of Erica with going through the money, Tom Girardi's law firm owes $101 million in debt, a new bankruptcy case filing reveals.
I don't understand how it happens. Like, I just don't.
$101 million in debt. Well, but I guess if you think about it, they freaking had a jet. They had, I mean, that alone right there is what?
So is it actually?
They had two jets.
They had two. Remember, they had the small one for America, and then the big one to go overseas
for Europe.
Oh my God, she spent $25 million. I'm shocked.
I mean, it's insane. I cannot believe that he is $101 million in debt with this company.
I mean, I guess 126 if you add his personal debt.
Yeah, and have you been seeing the auctions that they're doing online?
I wanted one of his portraits so bad, Cassidy.
Something.
There was a bust of him, like a metal bust that was like they were sending or selling. And then a ton of portraits from his law firm. There was even the lingerie. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, I'm
making
that up. I'm pretty sure I'm not making
Bigelow wore the jeans.
Well, allegedly, I did not fact check this. This is just in my brain, and you know, my brain is a.
We know our brains can be a tricky place.
Yeah, but in my brain, apparently there was some lingerie, red lingerie, that was being sold on the same auction site, and allegedly Erica said she didn't know where that came from.
That makes me feel gross.
I mean. Yeah, it does. Cause
like, why was there lingerie at your law firm?
I think it was just a state in a way. I don't think it was just his law firm. I think it was like, let's get rid of whatever we can because they need to pay for him going into the assisted living home that he's in now.
Yeah, which is another insane thing. Some pictures came out of him this week.
Where wild.
He does look wild. There's still people that don't believe that he has dementia. I think.
I'm not doubting a mental decline. I'm doubting that it
was only because of the mental decline.
Yes, that's my thing. And he spent $126 million in the past 3 years?
Yeah, exactly. Makes
no sense. So that's my only thing. It's like, I believe the dementia of it all. I believe mental decline. Like, that's real. He is 81. Like, it's very common. But that's not an excuse. And
no. Yeah, and the victims need to get paid back. So hopefully all that stuff does sell and sells at a decent price because...
I mean, that's a lot of money to try to make up.
Yeah, good luck making any of that up, really. But our next hot take is in the Below Deck universe. Okay, so, like, the trailer came out. In the beginning, didn't have Captain Lee. And then Captain Lee was in, like, the rest of it. So it was kind of weird because we saw another captain. But he has confirmed that he's missing from part of the season due to a quote-unquote condition. But he said it was not COVID-related. But he said, I'm much better. The timing was mainly screwed up because we had such a tight scooting schedule.
A scooting
schedule. A tight shooting schedule. It was imperative that the guest and charter season started on time because, you know, they have such a...
Yeah.
Which I didn't know that, like, normally charter seasons are, like, 3 months. And on Below Deck, it's only 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's 6 weeks. They do it tight. And I think that's why... It was that tight. Yeah, because if you think about it, these people, which is always so confusing to me, is that they're only on the boat for, like, 2 nights, 3 nights.
Yeah.
Which normally I feel like a charter is like minimum a week. What I would think, like if I was gonna do all of that, like I would want to be on a boat for a week.
Spend that much money.
Yeah, like I'm gonna get as much out of it as I can.
No,
but it makes sense for like filming. So they want to get as many people on as possible.
It makes sense.
And I just feel like these people must just build it into their trip. Yeah. Like they're on the trip, like okay, we'll do 3 days filming.
You get like a discount. You get like a heavy discount
to be on the to be on the show.
Yeah, to like film.
That makes sense because it's like they don't have to pay you, but you get kind of paid.
And it's like you're exposing kind of your private vacation time, which all these people that go on like kind of want to get famous anyways. Let's be honest.
I mean, they're doing it for a reason. But I would have been sad if Captain Lee didn't come back.
God, same.
I can't imagine that. So thankfully, that was kind of a little tease in a way.
Yes, and you know who's back also? Eddie's back, and Chef Rachel, Eat My Cooter, is back.
You know I love me some Chef Rachel.
I love Chef
Rachel. That
Rachel
chaotic
too.
energy was for TV.
Chef's kiss, literally. Literally chef's kiss on that one. I mean, I feel like we're going to go from the joy of talking about Below Deck right into the hellfire that is Real Housewives of New York right now.
Hold on, before we start when is the premiere of Below Deck? Do we know?
September something. So, I think like the end of next month. It would make sense because Below Deck Med, I would say,
is wrapping up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It might be early October, late September sometime.
Okay, cool. I'm excited. I was just wondering what I have something to look forward to. Okay, so now we're going to go into
New York.
A couple New York topics, actually.
Guys, okay, this first one came out this week. Bethany Frankel is adamantly denying speculation that she's returning to the Real Housewives of New York.
Didn't she do that last time, though?
Yeah, but she said, like, I'm not even having, like, talks with Bravo. I haven't had any talks since I left.
Keep it that way.
Yeah, I agree.
I do not want Bethany back on the show. She is not the savior.
No.
She could not
No, she's not the
use the Housewives as her, first off, punching bag every time she's on it. And she says it's so gross and dumb and the show's super like beneath her, above her. Yeah, or she's above it. And then crawling back to it when all of her other ventures fail. I'm not saying she's a failure herself, but I'm saying, like, her show's not on anymore. And I think, like, being on TV is the biggest, like, business of hers. Well,
it's kind of out of sight, out of mind, right? Like, Skinny Girl does really well. I mean, I think she sold a lot of Skinny Girl,
but she also has other products now. She has another wine.
Right. Like, that's the best way to come on and hawk your products. And we always say, we hate when housewives hawk it, but you're dumb if you don't.
Yeah, because the thing is, someone will buy it.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I just don't need her to come back on and as if she's the savior of the show. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for either... I would think like a Tinsley Dorinda come back with New Housewives, something like that.
I love Tens, but I don't even know if she can't fuel the season.
But that's what I mean. She's not going to be the star. Yeah. But I always liked Tinsley as a player, I like Tinsley too. So I don't know, but it's not Bethany.
Yeah, it's not. She said, I believe the leak is desperate for attention. I haven't spoke to Bravo since leaving, and Andy and I don't discuss RHONY.
But isn't her even commenting on it kind of like attention seeking?
Yeah, I'm not, like, literally, I don't know if you've seen her TikToks lately, but they have been, like, the thirstiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
The one with her, like, Birkins the other day? Or was that today? Did you see that one?
I don't think I saw that one, but I've seen, like, loads of them where she's, like, trying so hard.
Yeah, she's with her daughter as her daughter's, like, the accountant. And she's sitting in front of all of her purses and Birkins, and I'm like, girl, we get it, you're rich. Like,
I did see that one, actually. I did see that one, but yeah. Okay, Bethany, we don't need you back, so don't worry about it. Also, I mean, let's go into the other stuff with we thought a potential virtual reunion was going to be shot yesterday because that's what came out, and Andy seemed to confirm it, but you said that Leah was on Instagram.
I just saw Leah, yesterday, which was the day of the rumor, was at the gym with that guy that's always on, and she was like, reunion looks, and it was her, like, in a workout outfit. Yeah. So I think that was her, like, poking fun at the rumors, but there have been so many rumors, and, like, I can't even keep up with how many there are. No. And they're all, like, pretty insane and, like, kind of, I don't know, they're too much.
Yeah.
I tried to, like, look at some of them, and I was like, what is this? It's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
There's so many things going on right now. Like, people have started making meme, like, jokes, like, this is what we're hearing is a new New York cast, and it'll be, like, the cast of, like, Parks and Rec or something, or, like, just all these different memes going on. But we do know that the finale is next week, and it did get the season cut down. It was going to be like 21 episodes long. It was cut down to 17. Just all this stuff going on in New York. Like, Luann's in Europe right now. Ramona's still in Aspen. So if they would have filmed a virtual reunion, it really would have been just a crap show.
Yeah, because they're all over the place.
They're all over the world, and, like, connection, and we know it's just a nightmare whenever they do
it's like we understood during the height of COVID, which actually it's almost just as bad now, especially in the South where we live, so it's not like we're really much better, but when we were in the first wave of COVID, doing virtual reunions made sense, because everything was so new, we didn't really understand it, but now there's no reason for it, because they've all been filming together, so it just would mean that they don't know what else to do, so they would do a virtual reunion, but I don't think they will. It just
means that they, like, and I feel like they kind of already have given up on this season, but it feels even more, like, definite. They've given up. Like, I don't know if they'll do a reunion.
I didn't even watch the full episode, I have to be honest.
Yeah, this week was really, I wanted to see the one part whenever Sonja was talking crap about Luann. I thought that was
on the
funny.
phone. That was pretty funny.
I liked seeing Leah with her dog. That was literally the only thing I was looking at.
I didn't see that part.
It was just the very beginning.
Okay,
of it.
I saw clips.
She's sitting there with her dog, and she just reminds me of my dog. So
okay.
I'm like, oh, how cute. I didn't pay attention to a word that she said, if I'm being honest. I saw a little bit of the pin the lips on Harry Dubin.
I think that's whenever I was like, okay, I'm good.
Whenever Sonja started like freaking out about it, I kind of was out too. But speaking of Sonja, she is doing a Sonja in Your City cabaret, and the first one happened on Wednesday night.
Wasn't it like a preview show or something?
Oh my gosh, everyone that was posting on Instagram that had gone to it was like, this is the most amazing show I've ever been to. I had the best time, and I've never been so jealous.
So I think, I don't remember who it was, but I someone was on a live or whatever, and their review was, there was drag queens, there was clowns, there was Sonja, there was dancers. A lot more chaotic than Countess Luann's show, but more fun. Which is very on brand.
No, like, she's just like, well, let's go have a good time. I'm a bit of a shit show, but I love that. Where Luann is like, I can, but like trying to be all like,
takes herself too seriously, where Sonja's in on the joke.
Oh, 100%.
And I think that's more entertaining to watch when you know what you're getting into.
100%.
If I was going to a show and I didn't know like it was supposed to be a true cabaret, I'd be like, okay, this is a shit show.
Luann put on a better show,
technically. Sonja brings a lot better energy and fun, chaotic energy, and that's what I want to watch.
Can you imagine how mad Luann probably is, though, that she's doing a cabaret?
But she did it first.
She was the first to do a cabaret.
There
You're
you
right.
go.
And that is
that's
all we have to say about New York.
I was like, that's it. We're not going to talk about New York this week.
Yeah, we're really not, guys. We're just going to jump right into our game. We are playing a little bit of a unique one this week. We're playing a birth order game, okay? You know, like, there's, like, psychologists, psychiatrists that say, like, the order in which you were born in your family can affect your personality. Like, the oldest can be bossier and, like, more responsible. You know, the middle can be, they feel a bit overshadowed sometimes. The youngest is usually the spoiled, kind of attention craving.
Yeah, it reflects in your personality a little bit. Yeah, so
we know that only children are typically, as people say, they can be a little more selfish. They're not used to sharing. So let's just jump in. I did some West Coast wives for you, and you did some East Coast for me.
Okay.
So should I ask you first?
Yeah.
Okay, Dorit Kemsley.
Dorit. I know she has siblings, but I don't know. I want to go with middle child.
Nailed it. She has an older brother and a younger sister.
I say that because she verbalized a lot, but also I feel like she's seeking attention, which the middle child.
Desperate to get her point out.
Yes, and always trying to talk over everybody, which is a middle child thing, I think, because they were never heard because it was either the oldest or the youngest.
Yep. So
the middle child gets lost, and now that she's an adult, she's gonna be heard.
It makes so much sense that she's a middle child.
It really does, actually.
Nailed it. Nailed it. 1 point.
You ready?
Yes.
Tinsley Mortimer.
Ooh. Oh, I remember she has a sister, Dabney. Right? Dabney. And I think that...
I always thought that name was so wild.
I want to say that... Oh, I really have no idea. I feel like she gives me personality of the youngest, but I think she's the older one.
So which one are you going to go with?
She's the oldest.
Tinsley is the oldest.
Is she?
Dabney is the younger sister. I think they're only like a year apart.
Yeah.
It's like something really small. But Dabney and her were in the socialite scene together.
Yes, of course they were.
Of course. Dabney? That is such a
honestly,
random ass name.
Think about it, Tinsley's such a random name too.
That's
like, how many
true.
Tinsleys do you know in life?
0.
Yeah, how many Dabneys? And I prefer Tinsley to Dabney, I think. But they're both
I do
wild.
too, but I guess it was just like, let's make you names.
Let's make also Dabney
names.
because kids like dab now, and I feel like that's all I think of when I hear dab. And I don't think kids even dab anymore.
I was gonna say, I think that's also like
Dabbing
out of style.
Out of style.
Oh my god.
Okay, 1-1. Are you ready for your next one?
Yes.
I know you love her, that's why I had to give it to you.
Oh no.
Lydia McLaughlin.
Ugh.
I had to give it to you.
She gives me only child energy.
No, she's actually the youngest. She has an older
Which also
brother.
could be young energy. Like, it could go either way, but the reason why I think young or only child
is because
she's the worst. That
I know how much you hate her, so I had to throw her in. You like forget she exists, so I have to throw her in every single time.
I truly do. Did you know that one? Like before you looked it up?
I knew that she had a brother because he was on the show one time, and I think he was kind of hot, but I didn't know if he was older or younger.
Okay.
And I was trying so hard, by the way, because you're only gonna have Beverly Hills and Orange County. I could not find anything about Salt Lake City.
Oh, this was actually pretty hard. Like, I could find a lot of, like, if they had siblings, but not, like, when they were
And a lot
born.
of them, because, like, in Salt Lake, a few of the families are, like, Mormon. There's, like, 6 children in a lot of them, and I could not find the orders of
Jersey,
the
similar.
Oh,
they have, like, 5 siblings
that
in Jersey.
Also Italian, big family.
Yeah. Okay, your second question, or second person. Gizelle Bryant.
Okay, so she was with... I don't know.
This one's tough.
I'm probably not right, but I'll go only child.
She's the youngest with an older brother.
She's an older brother, okay.
Apparently, I found a little bit of, like, she had a sister, but there was, like, she only had pictures with a brother on Google, so I don't know if that was accurate, but she's the youngest.
She is the youngest, okay.
Yeah, but I know for sure she has an older brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can see her being
really...
the youngest. No, because she kind of, like, attention craving is, like, youngest.
Yeah.
She's definitely always trying to...
like,
get her voice heard. She's always trying to be the one doing, like, the digs, and so I can see that.
Okay, so 1-1.
All right, 1-1. You ready for your next one?
I am.
Adrienne Maloof.
Oh, the Maloof hoof. I know she has 2 brothers.
Okay.
I believe she's the youngest.
She is the dead middle. She has 2 older brothers and 2 younger brothers.
Oh, okay.
There's 5 of them.
I knew she had for sure 2 brothers. I feel like that's like
who she would, like, go to, like...
The Palms with, which it could have been any of her brothers, but I knew she had brothers.
She has 2 older and 2 younger. She is smack dab in the middle. She's the only girl.
And that makes sense, because she had a very, like...
Oh, she...
powerful...
She, like, feels like... And, you know, actually, I found this very interesting. Middle children, more than half of U.S. presidents were middle children.
Oh.
But if you think about it historically, back in the day, like, you'd have more children. So, in anything between the second and, like, the 5th child could be a middle child. So.
Yeah. Okay, well, that one
was kind of... I was surprised that she had 4 brothers.
But I was surprised she had 4, but, like, I feel like she gives, like, a very, like, I'm a powerful energy that her brothers probably were like, oh, you're a bad bitch. So,
like,
and I'm a bad bitch, you know?
You have to be, like, the bad bitch when you're the only one with 5 boys.
Exactly.
Like, you have to be, like, bold and...
Okay, third for you. Alex McCord.
Oh my god, okay. I feel like she always says she comes from a wealthy family. And, like, she grew up in, like, Virginia or something random, I think. I'm gonna say she's the oldest.
Only child.
Only? Okay, I can kind of see that.
I think
that was my second guess.
I think she's the only child. Everything I looked at, it mentioned no siblings, only her parents.
Alex McCord, if you're listening, please send us a message to confirm that you're an only child.
So that's what I'm saying. If that's wrong and someone's like, no, she has siblings, I'm like, hey, guys, well, not on Google. But I actually was not surprised, because doesn't Alex McCord kind of give you only child energy? She definitely gives me only child energy.
I'm like, guys, this is no shade. Like, we are shading the hell out of
I'm the worst youngest.
Yes.
Like, I'm such an attention whore. I'm so
spoiled.
Like a little spoiled bitch. Exactly. So we all have our things.
Yes, we will definitely own it. So no shade to anyone, but definitely big only child energy from Alex McCord.
Mm-hmm. So we're still 1-1.
We're 1-1. This is a hard game. I mean, it's so random.
I mean, it is so random. It's a guessing game.
It's totally guessing. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Gretchen Rossi.
Gretchen.
Marry me.
I believe she has a sibling.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with oldest.
She's the youngest. She has an older brother and an older sister.
Oh, wow. Okay, I kind of see that, actually.
Yeah, okay, you totally see that.
Yeah, I was like, why did I even say oldest? I'm like, she does not have maternal... I always see older siblings as, like, a little bit more, like, maternal or paternal or protective. That's what they say.
They're, like, the most likely to be CEOs, more obedient and responsible.
See, like, I didn't say this person, but, like, Caroline Manzo. Like, that's very old.
Oh, God. Is she the oldest?
I think she's the oldest sister.
Because there's, like, 9 children,
Yeah, I think she's, like, the oldest, like, sister. Like, between, like, Dina...
Because Dina's the baby.
And Jacqueline. It's not her sister, but, like... Yeah. Because the brother, I think her brother's younger than her. Like, I think out of the group that we saw on the show... Yeah. She's the oldest, which I feel like she gives, like, that... matriarchal
because she always says I'm the matriarch. You mess with my family, you're messing with me.
Yeah, she doesn't talk to her family anymore. Anyways,
chaos.
Okay, Wendy Osefo.
I'm gonna go oldest.
Youngest, and I thought you would get this because her older sister was the.
I knew it was her sister.
The doctor,
but I didn't know
she was a doctor, and she had that whole scene.
Does she only have one sister?
I think so.
Oh, I thought she had a couple siblings. She only has one?
I think so. Whenever I looked it up, I think she only had one. Damn. Again, guys, I did all the Googling, but it's kind of hard to find this out.
No, it's super
hard. I know for sure, at least she has one older sister, because she did an Instagram post, and it was like, congrats to my older sister. It's like, she's a doctor, like, super successful. And that was, remember, a storyline of her first season.
I knew that she had a sister, but I didn't know that she was her older sister. But I knew she definitely had siblings. I knew she wasn't an only child. Okay, are you ready?
I am.
Crystal Minkoff.
Ooh. Older.
She's the youngest.
I thought her brother was younger than her.
He's 40 and she's 36.
But isn't he like a pop star?
Yeah, he's 40 and
Okay.
she's 30. I
Being
thought
a
that
pop
was
star
trick
is
one.
very like young. Okay, that is a good trick question because I just hear pop star and he like stays with her. I'm not saying he's not successful, but like when he's in LA, he stays with her.
Yes.
So that's very like
he got,
younger
like,
brother
stuck there
energy
because of COVID, and he was like helping her take care of the kids and stuff.
Oh, that was a good trick question.
That was a trick one, but yeah, she is 36 and he's 40.
Okay, well here's your last one.
All right, we could either end in a tie or I could win it here.
This one I don't know.
Okay,
Melissa Gorga.
She's the youngest. She has two older sisters.
Yes.
Yay! I really
job.
pulled that one out.
Good job.
Do you want to think of something really interesting right now?
Yes.
None of the wives that we have on here are the oldest.
Oh.
Not a single one of them.
Wait. Tinsley was the oldest.
Oh, okay. Tinsley. 1 of 10.
Which is... Tinsley doesn't give me older sister energy.
She gives me like, she probably is the exception.
That's why I thought it was going to trick you because... I guess it did trick you. Wait, you got that one right.
That's the one I got right.
That's the one you got right. Because Tinsley's like... kind of immature.
I remember one time I think she said on the show like my baby sister Dabney when they like, met up in like Florida or
Probably.
something.
Don't they like kiss on the lips? Like don't they like that's like really weird.
It's like super chaotic. I mean I guess each his own, but a little chaotic. But yeah, so it's interesting. 1 out of 10 is the oldest.
Yeah. Which I would expect. Actually I'm not because I feel like we're both the youngest, so this is talking about us as well. Is like to be a housewife and to be on TV, you're kind of wanting attention and you want to like be in the spotlight and be like, hey guys,
I know we were talking about, we're not into any of that right now. Sat here with our ring light and our
a mic in front of
I have no clue what you're talking about.
So I feel like it's a trait that you kind of have to like be a little bit like you can do whatever you want. And I feel like parents tell their younger ones that one more because they've already parented the older. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they've already done like the whole stressed out parenting with the first one or however many before you. And by the time the younger one comes along, they're like, do whatever you want and we'll support it. Figure it out.
100%.
And then we're like delusional. I'm like, we'll do whatever we want.
Here we are now being delusional and living for it. But yes, that's our game this week. It was fun.
Hey, you won again.
I barely. Oh my god! Don't come for me.
I didn't say it. No one sees it unless they watch our YouTube.
So come to our YouTube because no one's watching our YouTube. So come watch us. Hi, our reality wine on our YouTube.
Our younger sibling selves are attention seeking again.
Attention. On that note, we're gonna jump right into the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Whoop whoop.
Okay, it is the next morning. All the ladies are waking up. They're trying to figure out the golf cart situation so they could get to breakfast. Okay, so Mia tells Gizelle that she had spoken to Karen and she was upset that Gizelle had called her a troll. And I just feel like Gizelle is so annoying. Like, I don't, people that are like Gizelle stirs up good drama for the show. I can't with Gizelle. She does too much all the time.
I feel like she can. Like, she at least, she brings something. But right now, she's not bringing anything, like, fun.
She won't be honest with, like, herself.
Because usually she can be like, shady fun.
Yeah.
But I don't like, as we've talked about, her coming for people for doing the exact same things that she's currently doing or has done in the past season. And then you're kind of like, okay, this is like ridiculous that you can't even be a little self-aware.
Not at all.
And that's why it gets annoying.
That's
like,
why Gizelle annoys me, I think. I really struggle with that. Yeah. But Wendy did change because she had changed to that more conservative look to go to breakfast, but she changed it to a little bit of a flashier look. And she looks so damn good. This look that she has rocking.
Wendy needs to keep it up with her whatever outfit she wants.
She said, I refuse to let anyone tell me what I should look
like
because I'm a grown woman. And she changed to what she wanted to change into.
Also, pay good money for a hot-ass body. And you're also just a hot woman in general.
She's like, I did not spend this to not show it off.
There you go.
But the other ladies get to breakfast finally on their golf cart. And I thought this was so annoying at first because Gizelle and Robin get up and go upstairs. And I was like, did they really just go upstairs to eat their breakfast? The other ladies got there? At
first, I thought it was simply just to shade Karen.
Yeah, but it's
so I rolled my eyes, but then I understood.
Same. I literally like wrote eye roll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's because Gizelle wants to have a chat with Robin.
And then it made sense, but I was like, y'all definitely wanted it to seem like Karen showed up, so we laughed. Yeah, for sure.
That's it. And I just feel like this is once again Gizelle thinks she's being a good friend because she's like, I'm giving Robin tough love about this stuff with Juan. Like, you cannot have your fine ass husband saying he's finding something unattractive about you because that's not sexy to him.
I feel like you can tell your friend the truth without it being necessarily tough love. And you can be like, hey, I don't think you I think you should go figure it out and like
Well,
get
I think
help
it's
so you
more
can
like
better
being
yourself,
sympathetic.
because being sympathetic and also just offering like a little bit of advice if they ask for it, but not
Yeah.
like I got to get her in check. It's like,
Yeah.
well, she's not choosing to feel this way.
Yeah.
It's her body's out of whack. So,
And she does say, like, I'm having PTSD from the guy that stole our money.
which was wild.
She's like, I'm so scared of something happening again. And I was shocked when she said that, like, TJ Maxx, Macy's, QVZ, they're all reached out to her. I
screamed because I was kind of a little bit on Giselle's side at that point. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, girl, you do need to get it in shape, because this is like,
she needs a staff. Like
she
she
does.
said, she's
Yeah.
like, I need to hire people to help me with this. I'm not a business manager.
Yeah.
But she's struggling with trusting people.
Yeah.
So.
And it totally made sense, but it was just like, ooh, if this is you got to strike while the iron is hot, and you got to get that money, you got to get that business
Yes.
going. So I do need Robin to seize her opportunity.
She should not be in the warehouse packing every order with just one other person. She needs like a staff of 5.
Yes.
And they're helping her. Or
and it seems like if she got these deals, she could easily
just get
an intern.
Why not?
They're free for college credit.
I did see someone point out on Instagram. They were like, "Wait, are Sonia Morgan's interns getting credit for working for like JP Morgan? Are they putting that on their resume?" And I was like, "Oh my god, how have I never thought of this before?" Maybe.
Interesting.
I wonder if she has like the authority to like.
I have no idea.
I think like Blocked by Jax or someone brought it up, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know."
Good point. I don't know, but they're being filmed, so it kind of like goes against.
But do you think most jobs are going to go back and watch? Oh, did she actually intern for Sonia Morgan, or did she just intern with JP Morgan? You don't know? Anyways, I just thought that
I would intern for Sonia Morgan just
for free. As like a grown 28-year-old woman, I would go intern for Sonia Morgan.
Yeah, just for like
hands down
the memories, the memes, you know,
the memes and like the pictures you could take in the house. Oh, iconic. But Ashley shows up. She comes in. She's feeling good. She ate her placenta.
You know how much I'm loving Ashley.
I mean, she is. Talking about bringing the drama. She's been, like I said, she's been eating her placenta. Shows up. She's feeling good. And Karen and Mia are the only two not in the pool doing water aerobics. So they're like catching up Ashley on all the drama that's been going on. So they tell their side of the story and everything that's happened. And Gizelle gets out of the water, gets dressed, whatever, and she pulls Ashley, and she tells her side of the story. She's like, I've been, like, saying things about Wendy. We've been talking about all the stuff going on with Wendy. And do you think that we should bring up the rumors about Eddie? So they're tossing this back and forth.
I don't love that. Didn't Gizelle bring this to Ashley?
I think, yeah, Giselle's the first one that brought it up.
So the only thing that got a little messy is because then Ashley brought the message. I thought Gizelle should have brought the message because she's the one that brought it to the group.
And that's what Wendy says later.
Yeah, exactly. And I agreed with that.
Yeah.
I appreciated Ashley pushing the storyline along.
She literally
gotta give her creds for that and then walk out.
She pulls up and she's like, "Pow, bye."
Love all of y'all gotta go.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
Yes, we definitely will. And Ashley's like, I don't believe the rumors about Eddie are true, but there seems like something has changed with her and how she acts and how she's behaving. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, but people change. People go through different,
yes.
energies, phases, whatever.
Yes.
It's fine. It's fine. It's all good.
Exactly. But Wendy does tell Gizelle, I feel like you've been, because they sit down and they're talking, I think it's at lunch. And she's like, I feel like you're body shaming me and I don't like that you said I had no substance. And that was the main thing that really upset me. And Gizelle kind of gives a half-ass apology, like, But I feel like the whole time Wendy's trying to defend herself at this lunch, like, Wendy, Robin, and Ashley are all, like, almost gaslighting her. They're like, you keep cutting everyone off, Wendy, as they're cutting her off every time she gets to
And
speak.
also, isn't this Wendy's moment to be
defend
like, this is how you made me feel?
Yeah.
Y'all made her feel this way, not the other way around. If she was coming at y'all would want your moment to be able to say how you felt.
Exactly, and I don't feel like she was cutting anyone off. I feel like whenever it was like,
no,
speak,
she wasn't.
Speak, but every time she spoke, they would just cut her off. I was like, this is like literally textbook gaslighting to me, because telling someone they're doing something whenever you're the one doing it. Yeah, the vibe I got. But Mia did make I don't know, like Mia just randomly chimes in at moments, and she was like, well, you were wearing that outfit on the bus that was weird, and I love that Wendy was like, it was from Zara. I liked the look. I was feeling it.
But also, why does Mia care? Mia is I like her as like a person on the show, and I think she's like a good new addition. But I'm kind of seeing the flip-flopping a little bit.
Yeah.
Because she'll also be like, Gizelle has a good thought, and she's like, I'm agreeing with Gizelle over like it's not even a point that really anyone needs to agree on.
Right.
Then all of a sudden Wendy's like, I'm trying to be body positive and like be happy with my body and be confident. And Mia's like, well, that's too much. It's like, what? I'm just
that's
so
basically
confused.
what she was saying. She's like, it's too much. And Wendy's
Yeah.
response was, well, I mean, you're judging me for the way I'm dressing. I never judged you in your stripper past. And then, guys, I start dying at Candace's commentary in her interviews. She literally says, like, I think it's in her interview, she says something like, you were a lady in the night with your big old feet, and then it zooms in onto Mia's feet, like the shade of the producers. And then she says, first of all, if we're going to judge anyone's fashions, Gizelle would be sentenced to life in prison underneath the jail cell. I'm like, I'm never a Candace stan.
Yeah, I think she's
dying at her commentary at this moment. But Gizelle and Ashley do decide that Ashley's going to talk to Wendy one-on-one, because she's had so many scandals in her life, and I was like, yeah, okay, like sleep demon.
Yeah. See,
also, Giselle had just as many scandals.
That's what I'm saying. This is why I may sound a little hypocritical saying that Gizelle likes to speak on things that she's doing or has done in the past.
Ding,
so
ding,
does
ding,
Ashley.
ding, ding.
But Ashley at least is like, oh yeah, my man definitely did.
Yeah, he cheats on me all the time.
And he might do it again,
yeah.
but I'm okay with it, kind of. So I'm like, okay.
She's got her babies and she's happy
Great.
now. She's like, all right, do it.
It's very much out there, and Ashley very much talks about it, so the transparency kind of gives her a pass.
Because Giselle, like, ignores it.
I think that's why.
Ashley owns it, so she'll, like, I'll talk about it.
And Ashley's not necessarily... I don't think she was coming at Wendy very rude or mean. Yes, it's crazy to bring up a drama or a rumor like that on TV.
Right.
But it wasn't coming out of, like, I got you, or...
It wasn't out of spite.
Well, it wasn't out of spite.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like Giselle's coming from it, like, out of spite in a way.
I agree with you.
And also Giselle's the one not willing to talk about a relationship.
Ever.
So...
Ever.
Those two things together make me not enjoy the way Giselle's going about it and not necessarily mind Ashley doing it.
That's why it's like kind of...
It's hard.
Yeah, you're not
I don't
wrong.
care.
But it is time, and I don't know why, I think his name just made me laugh. I like kept writing his full name. It's time for whiskey tasting with Rick Wasmond. I just thought the way he was like, I'm Rick Wasmond.
He kind of sounds like he'd be like a radio jockey.
Or he sounds like he would like be like the star of Pawn Stars or something. But I don't know, because his name's Rick, right? Like the Pawn Star guy. Yeah. But they're doing this whiskey tasting, and Robin just starts shotting these whiskeys. She's like, glug, glug. She literally throws like 3 whiskeys down in like 0.2 seconds.
It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, she's getting tipsy.
Like, yeah, they're also getting cocktails with the shot of whiskey in it. Like they were supposed to do the tasting of the whiskey
like
and a cocktail with it. So like 4 cocktails, 4 tastings.
And they're supposed to go to dinner after this.
And that.
Well, let's be honest, nobody's making it to dinner after this. But Ashley is about to leave, so she gets up and she's like, Wendy, can I talk to you? And Ashley brings up the rumors about Eddie, but she's trying to pose it as like, we could be closer after this because I've dealt with a similar thing as you just said. And like, if you're dealing with it too, it could bring us closer.
It's not great. This is not going to bring you closer.
Let's just say that Wendy does not like that this is being brought to her attention. She calls Gizelle the spawn of the devil. She's like, I read so much bad stuff about you and Gizelle and Robin, and I never mentioned it. You guys choose to bring it up, and that speaks about y'all's character.
And she's not wrong.
Bam.
The only thing I disagreed on, which, hey, in that moment I'd get defensive as hell too.
Right.
But Gizelle has talked about it for episodes. And it hasn't always been with Ashley. It's mainly been with Robin.
Uh-huh.
At least Ashley's telling you they're talking about you.
First time she gets
because what if like you don't know and you find out after the season's over that Giselle's bringing these rumors on camera? At least now you can defend yourself.
And as you said earlier, this is the moment where Wendy gets super pissed. She's like, I'm just mad that Gizelle didn't bring it to me. And she sat around talking about it with all of them.
Yeah, so I was like, in this moment, it was kind of like, don't like shoot the messenger or whatever. Because yes, Ashley's bringing it on TV. I know. But Giselle's the one that initially brought it on TV.
Yes.
And once it's on TV, is at that point who really cares who tells?
Because I don't, like I said, you remember hearing these rumors. Yeah. I don't really remember it at all.
I remember them.
So the fact that it's being brought up and it's being played out again is making it a much bigger deal.
So I thought at least Ashley told her and was like, hey, it's time for you to get on top of this because
Wendy,
it's being talked about.
She's just pissed. She's like, you're not going to F with my family. You're not going to F with like our name.
Understandable reaction.
I will whip her ass. Like,
I mean, she comes right into the room. So they're all sitting at the whiskey tasting.
Storms into the room. She starts arguing with Robin because Robin's drunk as a skunk. And she says to Gizelle, this line, y'all, the life you're living now is God paying you back for all the bullshit you've done. I was like, oh my God.
That was rough.
It went down so poorly. They all start fighting. Ashley's like, all right, I'm going to go get my milk and leave. And Candace says, get your milk and get out. Why did you bring this up?
I also was like, Candace, she was already leaving. You can't kick someone out of the house when they're already leaving.
She's like chasing her out, kicking her out. She's like,
well, because she was kind of like, why did you do this? And Ashley was
Yeah.
like, well, they're talking about it. So I just was going to tell her. And she's like, well, get your milk and get out or something. I was like, well, girl, she's already leaving.
And that's what Karen was saying in her interviews, though. She was like, we all read this blog and none of us chose to bring it up. So it was really
well, and that's kind of
of
what Candace's like whole anger was.
Yeah.
Was like, oh, I hear stuff about you all the time. And Ashley was like, yeah, you're the one telling the press. So that was like their little beef.
Yeah.
So that will probably come back. That's why I kind of say that, because
they're always gonna have a beef.
Yeah, for sure. They'll never be friends. But Wendy understandably was mad, understandably coming for Gizelle.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just so annoyed because, of course, Giselle's just sitting there like, why is Wendy attacking me?
Yeah.
Blah, blah. And I was like, girl. You know exactly why she's attacking you. You came for her man and her family and like this whole thing that will never be out of the press now.
Never.
But that's unfortunately reality TV. But
that's the thing. If you're gonna have anything in the closet, whether there's any truth to it or not,
I'll just say,
it's gonna
even
come up.
if it's not true, once someone says it on TV,
it's a rumor that's
there forever.
And there'll be, even if there's two people out there to believe it, that's two people more than you would want.
Exactly. So I was kind of saying, I think a couple episodes ago on a pod, where it was like, if I would hope if this was me and on reality TV, I would just be like, okay, that's hilarious. Good for you, Gizelle.
Yeah.
Good try.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what makes things die quicker.
Yeah. If you don't give a reaction, what is she going to do? Because Gizelle, the reason she has a storyline is this. So she let it just be like, okay, Gizelle, I see you trying it. Because she kind of did say that. She's like, I see you trying this for the show. She didn't say for the show, but it was like alluding to like, you're trying this because of the cameras and the show. But if she didn't react and said that, and she's like, okay, I see what you're doing. That's great. It could have
been so much better.
Yeah, because it would have only been able to stay on Gizelle thinking she's like doing this whole transformation to keep her man. But I feel like it just would have died faster because if you don't give a reaction,
to, like, fight her over it.
Yeah, because now it's like, I want to fight you, I'll drag you, I'll do all this.
Yeah.
So it gave Gizelle the storyline that she was desperate for this season because she's trying to distract from Jamal.
Definitely took away from that. And that was the end of the episode.
Yeah. I just need Scala to ask more about Jamal.
Yeah.
Because that was last episode.
She's like kind of the only one doing the digging on Jamal now.
She was doing that the last episode. We didn't get it this episode because it was so much about the Wendy thing, understandably. But I need a Scala to come back and be like, hey, remember when you said we were going to have that talk about Jamal? I need to have that.
Karen goes to Surrey because she didn't want to talk about it in front of Karen.
Maybe we'll get it. Because there is an explosive mid-season preview. Trailer.
Yes.
And it's going to be good. We have so much to go. We're only on episode 7, I think.
Really?
I think so.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe. I think it is actually.
No, about 7 sounds right. Yeah. Woo!
So we have a lot. I mean, we're getting the mid-season, so maybe we're a little bit higher than 7, but we have a whole half of a season to go.
And I cannot wait.
We have some salad throwing.
Potomac.
We have some yelling. Yes. We have some more husband drama. I think they're bringing in more husbands the second part of the season. So we got some good stuff coming up.
We got some drama coming in, and we can't wait.
I cannot wait.
Speaking of a drama, should we head to Beverly Hills?
Let's do it.
Okay, we kick off this episode with Lisa Rinna and her dresses and her daughters, and I don't care. And I love that she's like, oh my god, we just love Ayal for Delilah. But, you know, why can't Amelia be with anyone else? Why does it have to be Scott Disick? Why can't it be Harry Styles? It's like, you love that it's Scott Disick. That's why you talk about it all the time.
And the thing is, what I love is if she didn't want to bring, like, so much attention to it, she'd be like, I wouldn't want... Is it Amelia that's dating Scott?
Yeah.
I don't want Amelia dating that man. But no, she always has to say his full name every time.
Or you could just say Scott.
Or just say Scott.
Literally just say Scott. Whenever you say Disick, it makes it so much more like...
It's so name-droppy.
It's so name-droppy.
Oh, random Kardashian tidbit. I don't know why I know this information, but did you know Khloe and Kris are building, like, a compound and, like, 2 houses together?
No.
Next door to each other?
Khloe and Kris?
Yeah, like, they're building 2... One is 18,000 square feet, and the other is, like, 17,000 square feet. And they're, like... on the same lot, side by side.
In Calabasas?
Hidden Hills, which I think is in Calabasas. So,
oh my god.
They bought this lot for like $10 million, somewhere around there, allegedly. And it was one lot. It's big, But it was one lot, and they divided it into two so they could have their compound.
That is the most chaotic thing I've ever heard.
So weird?
I don't know if I ever want to be living on a compound.
Me either. I mean, those houses are insane.
I know.
17,000 square feet.
I would be terrified to live in a 17,000 square foot house.
Me too. You never know. Especially when you're a celebrity. I know they have security and stuff.
But... No, but there was like a crazy stalker that had gone to Kendall Jenner's house at some point. It was like at the front door.
Yes.
Like,
and I'm pretty sure she lived in a condo then with like a doorman, and she like still.
And he still crept up?
Something like that.
I mean, like, I would be terrified. There could literally be someone, like, living in, like, a back bedroom that you never go to and you would have no idea. Yeah. That's too much for me.
Yeah, I just was like, this is so interesting. The amount of money they have is just...
That is, yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
It's ridiculous. But then Dorit goes over to Crystal's house, and Crystal mentions she's hosting the Run a Beauty party the next day. And she says in normal times, she hosts 2 to 3 parties a week for people.
Was just about to say.
I was like, my head hurts.
Can you imagine?
No, my head hurts thinking about it.
Yeah, I have trouble inviting like 4 people over, and like, it stresses me
4 people over like once every 2 months stresses me out.
Yeah.
Can you imagine 2 to 3 parties a week?
No, I honestly can't. And I just want to know a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
Is she hosting 2 to 3 parties a week, or is she allowing other people to use her house to host parties? Like, is it a charity thing?
But either way, even if you're allowing people to host at your house, you're still technically hosting.
Oh, no, for sure.
You're still the one that, like, it's, you know, like, you're the make sure it's clean, it's set up,
It surprised me because I do feel like Crystal is very social.
Yeah.
And that's very obvious. But I didn't realize just how much she was social. Like, I didn't, because she's pretty quiet and kind of just, like, down to earth seeming and, like, a little laid back. Like, she's not super like loud and outgoing, which I guess you don't have to have that personality to throw parties, of course not.
But you think of party people as being that personality.
Yeah, so it's interesting. But I'm like, hey girl, if that's what you love to do, good for you.
The hell out when she said
but she does have a beautiful house and a beautiful backyard. So
it's amazing. But I don't need people there 3 times a week. No. A party there 3 times a week.
No. Whew. I just want to know if she's funding every one of these parties. Like, she can't be.
No, I wouldn't think so.
You think it's like charity events and stuff, right?
I think it's probably charity events, and then I honestly don't know what it is. I can't imagine. No, I can't imagine.
I can't even think of that many things to have a party for.
I'm like, okay, charity, birthday parties, events. That's it. I'm like, and that does not constitute for 3 a week.
No.
That's too much for me. I'm glad you also know.
But yeah, that was wild. I was like, girl, that's busy.
But Dorit decided while she was at Crystal's that she wanted a storyline. So she decided to get involved with the season. She tells her that she feels like Garcelle is really coming for her, and she feels like she's really been like trying to come at her the last few times they've hung out. And she's like, you know, she wants to say something to me, but she doesn't have the guts to do it. It's chicken shit. I literally wrote, one thing Garcelle is not is chicken shit.
Yeah.
She is like the most honest housewife we've ever had.
Yeah. It's why did Dorit randomly need to find her voice, and it happens to be against Garcelle? Like, I'm so confused.
That we kept saying the whole first half of the season, oh god, where's Dorit? We need Dorit to talk more. I'm like, okay, we need Dorit to not.
Yeah, I was like, if this is the angle you're coming, then I don't need it.
It was a weird choice.
And also, just this episode, like, we have not seen Dorit at all this season. Then all of a sudden, it's this episode coming after Garcelle.
I think she was having a guilty conscience for all the stuff she was saying about Erica, so she felt like she had to jump in and defend her.
I think so too. It was like, hey, I'm aligning with y'all now. Yeah. Watch me. And it's like, this is how I'm going to show my alliance.
And it's like, wrong choice. Wrong choice.
Very much the wrong choice.
But speaking of Erica, we go to her house, and she is a single mom who works 2 jobs, loves her kids, and never stops vacuuming her house. Like, oh my god, poor Erica vacuuming her house. Oh my god,
I love this, like, in, like, a tracksuit, like, it's not designer, it's, like, this whole thing, and I'm like, oh my god, are we really trying to make her seem
so sad
low as me and relatable? And then Kyle and Lisa, of course, come over, and it's just this whole, like...
It's Kyle's birthday, actually. They're doing cake and champagne.
But it's a scene to let Erica speak about the affairs and give Erica, again, an easy place to say something without anyone questioning her.
She did say the night that she left Yolanda's condo... and Yolanda said something along the lines of, boys will always protect boys. So Erica went home that night and decided, I'm going to go through Tom's phone. And that's when she found all the evidence of the cheating. And we also found out, this is whenever they tell her that Sutton has been going around saying things like, I'm worried about my reputation.
Yeah, they were kind of like, Sutton didn't say everything last night, or whatever night was Kyle's Christmas party. This was what she was saying we think you should hear it,
worried,
kind of thing.
Yeah, like worried about her reputation and stuff. And Erica's just like, what are we in small town Georgia? Who gives an F what the neighbors think?
Should we talk now about what we saw on Instagram, or should we talk about later?
I think we talk about it now. I think it's important. I don't know if you guys saw, Chase sent it to me. I feel like you should take it away.
So you know how they do that like never before seen clips episode?
Like right before the episode
airs. So during that, there's a scene whenever, when everyone, or when Sutton got all the girls to come together to kind of have a little conference of like, how do we handle this thing?
Yes.
Well, Sutton let the girls know that whenever she found out Erica was getting a divorce, she related because she had just gone through a divorce or had gone through a divorce not too long ago. And an advice from a friend of hers or a lawyer of hers said, make sure you have someone that can give you money or a loan because you don't know how long it's going to take for you to get a settlement or alimony or blah, blah. And bills will pile up and you could get yourself in debt. So find someone to loan you money. So whenever she found out Erica was going through a divorce, she offered to give her a loan. And Erica kind of was just like, okay, thank you. I don't even think she said thank you. Yeah. She kind of was like, Sutton was kind of like, I guess she said thank you. But that changes everything. And I'm pissed that wasn't in the main episode. And everyone is actually pissed.
Such a cock-up.
Everyone on Bravo versus Twitter, Instagram was like, how can the producers cut that? Because it's so pivotal as a reason why Erica's being weird with Sutton and why Sutton's kind of like, girl, I don't know why you're mad at me. We discussed this because there could be different things to this, different levels of why this could implicate Sutton. And the main thing I think is because this is before she knew about the debts, the lawsuits, blah, blah. This was like, oh, I know Erica's getting divorced. I'm going to help her.
Right.
But what if Sutton gave Erica money and then if allegedly Erica knew about all this stuff and used that money to do something nefarious? That puts Sutton in a bad place. And that's why she said she got a lawyer's opinion, because she was like making sure that because I offered money, it can't get me like looped in.
I agree. She could still be in communication with Tom, and what if she gave Tom money to help him out of this and blah, blah, blah. Like, literally, it could have gotten Sutton in trouble, too.
Yeah.
So that was such a huge piece of this pie that was left out. And the fact that there are still people who, like, aren't on, like, Bravo Twitter and aren't on, like, Bravo Instagram that are never going to see that clip and never know that that's a part of the pie. I will hope it's addressed at the reunion now that it's been let out. Like, it's something that producers should have just never let out on the Never Before Seen.
Yeah, never. Either don't tell us or you should have put it in the main episode, because now it's just so confusing. Because we're going to continue watching Erica be pissed at Sutton when we know it's either Sutton did it for this reason, or Erica is maybe embarrassed that Sutton offered her money and Sutton's fine. You know what I mean? Because Sutton came out on top on her
100%
marriage. She clearly made a lot of money. And it's funny because she kind of, whenever she said, oh, imagine if Erica asked for $20 million, and that's obviously the amount of money she has to pay back. And Sutton was like, that could have put me in a bad place. And it was kind of like alluding to like she has $20 million, but like if she gave it to her, it'd be a problem. Like, Sutton, are you telling us how much you're worth? I love it. That's what I mean. So it's like there's different levels of why Erica could find that information embarrassing, or Sutton found it as a reason to talk to a lawyer. And that just changes everything. It makes me so mad.
Do you remember the scene on New York that they left out whenever John, like Dorinda's John, who did he ask for money? He asked for a loan from someone.
I think Bethany. Isn't that why Bethany was like yelling at him?
No, it was like one of the last 2 seasons. She'd asked like someone's man or like boyfriend for money.
I think it was Bethany's man at the time.
It Dennis?
I think so, and that's why like
Dorinda was like, they never showed that clip until like I want to say the reunion. They circled back to it, and everyone was like, "How did you leave this clip out?" This was such a huge piece of it of why. Because
that's why weird. Dorinda and Bethany were like had a weird thing going on, because I think Dorinda was like embarrassed because John was asking someone for money, and Bethany like was calling her out, but like no one knew what she was talking about.
Such an important.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think that was it. It was something like that for sure. But it reminded me so much of that. I'm like, you can't just leave these very necessary clips out. Like, if you don't catch something on camera, if it happens when you're not filming, I get it. But whenever you have the footage and you choose to leave it out, it's bizarre to me.
It's just weird because I think that would have made their fight just as interesting, because it would have been like, oh, well, Erica's, I can see why she's either embarrassed or I guess just mainly embarrassed. Yeah, I don't get it.
It's really weird. It's really weird. Bad choice by producers, but we're glad we got to see it at least. Yeah. Now we get to talk about it. But we do go to Crystal's house for Red Beauty party next day. And Garcelle shows up in a white pantsuit. It is everything.
Oh,
she looks
looks
amazing.
great.
They have like a cute little cocktail menu. Erica gets there and she orders the no apologies drink. And I love that Garcelle pointed out in her interview. She's like, how ironic that she chooses the no apologies drink.
Mm-hmm.
And then this part absolutely sent me over the edge, y'all. Sutton asked for vodka in her champagne. And she says it's like a Suddy Buddy butthole or something. And the producers ask her in her interview, what goes into a slutty buddy butthole?
It's
and
like,
she was like, it's Suddy, not Slutty. Obviously, her name's Sutton, but I love that everyone thought it was Slutty Buddy butthole the entire time.
I love that more.
Obviously. It was honestly, like, the fact that none of them probably realized it until the reunion now that it wasn't ever, like, that'll be something that they laugh about, for sure.
I also kind of laugh because we're all going up this Rinna Beauty.
Can we
like
call Lisa Rinna Lina now? So we don't have to say Lisa and Rinna. We just say
Lina. So we went to Lina's beauty thing. And it just makes me laugh because, like, her daughter is obviously dating who shall not be named because I don't want to name him. The Lord who shall not be named.
The Lord.
And now she's stealing Kardashian business ideas. It's like she so wants to be them.
Doesn't, like, Erica have a beauty thing too, though? Like, so many of them have beauty lines.
All I know is about her shoe dazzle. I know they all do, but it's just funny because she talks about Scott so much, and you know Kyle's really good friends with Chris, and you know Lisa probably really wants to be friends with Chris,
100%.
And she's not because Kyle's friends with Chris. Like, you know, it's this whole thing, and now she's like, I have a lip kit.
It's like, of course you do, Rinna, with your big lips and the Jenners that are now in your life.
And then also one other thing before we get into the meat of it, Dorit walks in. And she's wearing this insane outfit.
Yeah, what was that?
And again, I question it. Where the hell does she get this money? Do you think she's borrowing clothes? She has to be borrowing clothes.
I saw something. Oh, it was like a Dumois blind or something.
Ooh, does it say that?
And it was like this housewife, and everyone was speculating it was Dorit, is like being blackballed by major designers on like Rodeo Drive or something because she'll go and she'll wear an outfit once and then turn around and sell it, and that's like super taboo. Like, you don't go buy it and then try to sell it immediately for like a little bit off. And everyone was speculating that it was Dorit.
That makes 1,000% sense because how is she affording a new couture outfit? We know the last person that did that.
Miss Erica Jane.
Yeah.
Miss Erica Jane.
So just a few thoughts before we got in.
But, okay, I don't know if my episode, like, skipped weirdly here because it jumped right into, like, Dorit bringing up to Garcelle that she feels like she's been taking jobs at her. Did I miss something?
No, because I wrote, girls sit down for lunch. Dorit really starts in fast with Garcelle.
Okay, so it didn't.
I don't, unless...
It, like, just looks like a weird, like,
it was a weird cut.
Okay.
There must have been, like, a lot of boring shit going on. They're like, let's just get right into it.
Okay.
Because they literally sit down and Dorit's like, hey, Garcelle, blah, blah, blah. I was like, whoa.
I feel like you've been taking jobs.
Can we even, like, snack a little bit?
Yeah, it was okay. I'm glad yours did that, too.
I even wrote it down, so it had to have been the actual episode.
It's literally like Dorit just goes in on Garcelle. She keeps talking very long-windedly. And then she says, Garcelle, it's almost like you've been a bully. Okay.
Strong word.
Garcelle's response, like, I don't have a problem with you, but I do feel like when we're all talking, you hijack the moment and go on and on and on and on. And no one at the table is saying anything at this point, but they all, like, have to agree, right? Like, they've all been in this situation with her before.
There was a montage of the girls saying Dorit always tries to take over the conversation or talk too much.
Jumps in first and goes, it's not like you haven't heard it before. And that's like kind of when they go into the montage.
And Kyle's face.
Plane with Kyle and everything that's happened.
Kyle's fight, like, was it at the beginning of the season with her? Was that she talks too much?
On the plane. Literally, that's what happened.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. And
but
I
it's
love
been
that
seasons,
Kyle like gave
as
her
well.
an analogy, and she was like, you asked Dorit what time it is, and she tells you how to build a clock. I was like, that describes her perfectly.
But that's why it's like, this is such a ridiculous fight because everyone has thought this in the group and has said it to her. And Garcelle's also said it to her. So it's not like she's mincing her words. She's saying it. It's just Dorit's deciding to look for it right now.
Storyline right here.
I did Lisa during this was just like putting on lipstick, like just hoping that the camera would catch
apparently.
it. Yeah, well, that's what
apparently. But Dorit brings up the Palm Springs stuff, and Garcelle is just like, F you for even bringing that up. I mean, Dorit is so dumb for bringing up the Palm Springs stuff again.
Had nothing to do with her.
But she was the one talking like the most crap, and then she's the one that wants to bring it back up again.
But this goes along with your theory of saying she's trying to get back good with Erica, because why would she bring that up? That had nothing to do with her.
Erica's going to watch the episodes back, though, and she's going to see everything she said.
Oh, exactly. So, that's exactly.
Who are you benefiting here?
In this moment, she's trying to do that for some reason. But, Garcelle. Dorit keeps saying, I want to call you out for the things you've done to me. But this is a call out for things she, in parentheses, did to Erica. So what are you talking about?
Well, that's why Garcelle was so pissed, and she stood up and she's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this again. We've moved on. We're good. We're not doing this anymore. F you, F you, F you, F you, F you.
And F you.
And I was like, Dorit started making fun of Garcelle's voice a little bit. Like, she started talking low, too, because, you know... Like,
I couldn't tell if that was her accent coming in and out.
I thought it was, like, her trying to be, like, a bitch to Garcelle.
I couldn't tell. I thought it was, like, Dorit was losing her accent, and then she tried to put it on really heavy, and then it was just falling in and out, because Dorit's accent is fake.
Oh, it's 100%.
So, I just thought...
That's hard work to have a fake accent at all times.
I know, right?
Like, I can't imagine. But Sutton does jump into the conversation, and Erica says, you shut up, Miss Small Town, worried about your reputation. Like, I literally, Sutton started laughing, and then I started laughing really hard, too. I was like, this is hilarious.
It was, again, so misplaced. Yeah. Erica's taking out her anger on Sutton for her own problems.
Sutton says you're literally misplaced. Like, you are coming for the wrong one here. You're really mad at yourself about the stuff.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm not going to talk to you, Miss Small Town. And it's like, see, okay, this is where I think the context of, because she was worried about her reputation, that's fair. And Sutton admitted it. She's like, this is my issue, not yours. Like, I just have that. That's my insecurity. With that, whatever. Yeah. But adding the whole, like, I offered you money and that could come back on me thing, I am worried about what people think if I was the one giving you money and they found out that I was giving you money and you've been taking money from people, allegedly. Yeah. So, yeah. And I also thought it was hilarious because keep saying Dorit, Garcelle gets up and stands in front of Dorit. She's like, what do you have to say? Yeah, exactly. Like, she kind of
Dorit's like, are you going to leave or are you going to sit down and actually talk this out? It's like, Dorit...
she had such a smug look on her face. She thought she really thought she did something.
Yes. Yes, she really thought she did something. That's why I literally wrote, Dorit looks like such a bitch. And Garcelle in her interview says, do we need to call PETA? Because Dorit is literally beating a dead horse right now. Because she just went on and on and on and on again. It's literally so cringe. I mean, nothing really gets resolved.
No.
Garcelle is like, I will tell you to your face from here on out that you talk too much, you don't let other people speak because that's what you wanted apparently, because all the other ladies tell you to your face. Or you could just learn to not talk so much. That could be the other angle that you could go with here, right? But it's clear.
Yeah, I've loved watching all like the after shows and the stuff where Garcelle's like, yeah, I don't care.
She's literally, so the fact that, like, Dorit had the audacity to call her chicken shit at any point in this episode is hilarious, because she is literally the most honest housewife.
Yeah.
The most honest. But we do get to Kathy Hilton's house on the next scene. I was absolutely dying that her dog Muffy was sitting on the maid's box. It was so cute. That was the cutest little thing I've ever seen.
And I love because she was like, oh, she never wants us to, like, miss getting our dinner. And I'm like, so you don't cook at all? You always just
She's like, they're driving through, like, a taco place, getting it, and they're bringing Muffy with them. Yeah. But did you notice that Kathy is wearing the same thing she wears in her interview look? She's
I didn't notice that.
A blue shirt whenever Kyle came over, and it's the same one she wears in her interview.
Oh, interesting.
I was like, wondering if she was filming that day, or is she just... like, happened to wear the same shirt twice. Kathy, the richest of them all.
That's what I was going to say. Kathy, the richest of them all, wears pretty, like, simple... I know her jewelry and all that stuff is super expensive, but she wears, like, pretty casual clothes, and, like, we have Dorit over here being, like...
in leather. The IRS wearing Louis Vuitton leather head to toe.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just funny.
But we do have to have our queen, Kathy Hilton moment of the week. Okay, I love a TV tray, guys. When she I was wondering if that's what you were going to say. I live for eating on a TV tray, so that brought me so much joy that she had it, like, with the crackers and a little chicken salad on her TV tray.
It was such grandma old lady vibes,
and they
but,
said
like,
that's what her mom used to do. Amazing. She used to always bring them food on the TV tray.
They aren't wrong.
Yeah.
Kathy is Big Kathy reincarnated.
100%.
Like...
Also, I love that Kathy, and then they name her daughter Kathy. Which makes sense why Kim named her oldest daughter Kim.
Did she?
Yeah, Kimberly is her oldest daughter. How did we... I never...
They are really influenced by their mom.
I'm surprised that Farrah isn't named Kyle. Because Kyle could have been Kyle Jr. Can you imagine if Farrah was named Kyle?
I don't need that.
Oh my god. But okay, apparently there was a lipstick reader at the party that we didn't get to see.
Oh yeah, we didn't see that.
But they do a little flashback, and I feel like Kathy kind of took it to heart, and Kyle just brushed it off because she got a little bit more of a negative feedback, and she was like, oh, she Googled us, and she said that she had read everything about American Woman.
Which is wild that the lady admitted she Googled y'all. Also, like, just leave and collect your coin and buy.
Like, do you think that she really admitted to that?
I don't know, but it was a weird, like, add-in she threw. She's like, oh, well, we did find out that she Googled it, blah, blah, blah. Or she told us that. It was so weird.
I'm like, I feel like Kyle's trying to save face here, because why would you even admit that ever?
That was so weird.
But Kathy did say that she had written a lawyer to Kyle during the American Woman stuff and said, like, you're not to, like, use my name, my family. I would do the same thing if it was my daughters. I don't like it. I don't like how the whole situation with American Woman
Because Kyle was like, oh, well, not all of this is real. It was more just like based on our life, and then we like ran with it. But Kathy, interestingly enough, worried about her reputation and her family's reputation. Said
even, like, worried more about her mom, I think. And, like,
but it was more just like once it's out there, people believe whatever they want to believe. But it just kind of like, I don't think Kathy's been against Sutton at all with this whole reputation thing.
No.
So I'm not saying that she was coming for Sutton, but it's funny because Kathy's very much like, well, this is my mom's reputation. We'll just say that then.
Yeah.
And that will mess up our mom's reputation. So people are allowed to be worried about their reputation.
Yeah.
You know? And
I feel like she probably doesn't like the way Kyle has even mentioned in the past, like, oh, I'd go to Studio 54 when I was 10, and like, well, she probably doesn't like that, like, she's discussed all of that stuff anyway.
Kyle's very much youngest child.
Oh, like, needs the attention, needs
her
story
to everything. Like, she doesn't give a shit about necessarily, like, everything else in the family because everyone had to go through it, and Kyle's just getting to enjoy the fruits of everyone's labor and like running with it and making money off of it. I think that's what Kathy hates.
And isn't it crazy that American Woman show did terrible and never came back and it caused so much drama between them? Like, they literally didn't talk for like, I know this
it was 10 years.
But yeah, 10 years she said. And it was kind of emotional at the end when Kathy was like crying and she was like, I think producers asked, how does it make you feel? And she's like, what a waste. What a waste of 10 years.
That was my Queen Kathy moment because I was like, for a woman that I feel like is so stoic and so probably doesn't admit her wrongs much, admitted her wrongs and cried on camera. I'm like, okay, I'll give her that. She admitted that it was a waste of time.
Yeah.
She missed out on so many memories, and I wonder if her coming on the show was her olive branch. Because I'm not saying Kyle wouldn't have been good on her show by herself, but I feel like it's kind of like, we're good now. We're in a great place. This will be a fun thing to do together. Yeah. That will require us to do a lot of sister time because they have to film together. She goes on trips.
Yeah.
I just wonder, because like, why hadn't she come on in the past all these years?
I think that, like, I wouldn't necessarily say an olive branch, but I get what you're saying. It's almost so good that she didn't come on when they were in a bad place. Mm-hmm. Because think about Melissa and Teresa, how it, like, tears you
I don't
apart.
want to see that.
No, so it's so good that she waited until they were in a positive place to come in and come together. And it was like, have fun and kiki and make spaghetti.
This just makes me really just wish Kim was in a better place. Because it would be fun to see all three of them. I don't think we need Kim as a full-time housewife, but to see them like film together sometimes would be fun. Because remember, as I told you, Beverly Hills was originally gonna be a Hilton sister show.
Yep. Oh my god, I actually noticed, I was rewatching New York season 1 the other day, and at the end of the very end of the episode, Joel goes, they're all taking like a group photo at the end, and she goes, all right, cheers to the Manhattan moms. She says it at the
there
end.
You go.
Yeah, and I was like, as Chase always says, Real Housewives of New York was originally Manhattan Moms.
Yeah, and Real Housewives of Dallas was originally a charity show.
And I believe that. It was so centered
It was
around
so centered.
Rest in peace, Dallas.
But also, that's why it's always interesting. All these shows, Real Housewives was really born out of a bunch of other shows.
Yeah.
And it just worked.
It totally worked. And that's why we love it. But guys, that's the end of our Beverly Hills this week.
It is. And I have a few little fun things to read. We got a couple reviews. People are listening.
I just tried to fake scream and it didn't work.
Yeah, I was like, nothing came out.
Oh my god, I can't fake scream, guys. But yes, we got a few reviews that we want to shout out.
I was excited. I mean, two people listened to my thing.
Rant.
We actually got other ones as well, but we got two like written reviews.
Oh, so we got like 5 stars, and then we got a couple.
Yeah, we got a couple of 5 stars, and we got a couple written reviews. So I just want to call out the written reviews.
Yes.
One is from Jess Nooch. Started by following on Instagram. Amazing. Reality Wines on Instagram.
Hi.
The show is great. I love the dynamic between them. The recaps are fantastic because lately it's been too hard to watch.
Shout out to
Most of the housewives can be cringy, but I can still keep up this way.
Oh my god, love you, Jess Nooch.
Very sweet.
Hi.
I don't love our dynamics. I'm happy you do.
Oh, we hate each other, so we're so glad that you can't see
I'm so happy we're great actors because we truly hate each other.
Think, like, we're siblings at the end of the day.
I said in our bio, it says we're twins, or are we? Oh, we're not twins.
Or are we?
Or are we? And are we?
What if we had like a...
We've never said our... I guess we could be both the youngest if we're twins. Because we have older siblings.
We were the first ever birth of twins at the exact same moment. Like 18 hours, 27 seconds. That like literally was not even a time.
What? The matcha's getting to you.
The caffeine is really like messing me up now.
Okay, well we have one more review. From Reality TV Lover 12. I would love to hang out with these two. It is by far my favorite Bravo and reality TV related podcast. I could not wait for their new episodes every Friday. I love them. I will say one sorry because today's episode is coming out on Saturday, but hey, it's okay. But she left 4 stars. I feel like that had to have been
That had
a
to have
mess
been an
up.
accident. So what's her name?
Reality TV Lover 12.
Or
We
his
love
name. It
you.
could be him. Reality Lover, we love you, but like maybe you meant to hit 5. If you didn't, like that's okay.
No, it's also okay. But it's just funny because it's honestly such a nice review. And I was like, 4 stars?
Like,
I'm kidding.
Hopefully you meant to leave us 5, but like,
we'll take it. We love that you took the time to
but
leave
if
a
like
message.
you changed it, we wouldn't be mad. But you don't need to. We don't need to. We love that you took the time, and your review was so nice. It made us feel good, anyways.
I know. I was like, that is such a nice review, so I appreciate that. It would have been nice if the last one was filled in, but it's okay.
Oh, the star. I was like, wait, filled in what?
No, but I really do appreciate that from both of y'all, Jess and Reality TV Lover 12, because as I say every week.
Oh my god! What if you just died during your spiel?
The caffeine is coming back.
The caffeine, like your heart is racing so fast, it's coming out of your throat now.
Choked.
Like, guys, are you
Oh, my own
okay?
spit. No, I'm
Do you need
completely
me to
fine.
take over?
No, I was
Okay.
welling up because the 2 reviews
It's-
were so sweet.
It was definitely not the caffeine. It was
That
the welling
it
up.
just touched me and I welled up. But seriously, on a serious note, I appreciate it. As I say, it's like the only way to show our podcast some support. Y'all took the time to do it, so I'm very thankful. And if anyone else has a second to go leave us 5 stars and a nice review, it means so much, and we really appreciate it.
Yes, please.
And on that note,
On that note, we'll see you guys next week.
bye.
Cheers.